Module 11, Misplaced Modifiers. Let's look at a couple of definitions. First of all, what do we mean by a modifier? Well, modifiers are words or groups of words that describe something. Adjectives are modifiers. Adverbs are modifiers. Prepositional phrases, verbal phrases, appositives. If you're not sure what these terms mean, you should review not only your parts of speech, but also check out the parts of a sentence video as part of this grammar series. What is a misplaced modifier? Well, modifiers must be placed so that they clearly describe the word intended. If a modifier describes the wrong word, or if the modifier could describe more than one word, it's considered misplaced. Let's look at a couple of rules. First, rule number 1. A modifier should be placed as close as possible to the word that it describes. Otherwise, the modifier may describe the wrong word. Here's an example. My neighbor injured the dog that attacked him with a baseball bat. Well, with the baseball bat is a modifier in this sentence. It's a prepositional phrase. And it's out of place. It's misplaced. Here, this sentence suggests that the dog attacked the neighbor with a baseball bat. But that's clearly absurd and not what the writer intended. The writer wants the neighbor to be modified with a baseball bat. But here, the dog is in between the neighbor and the words in the word group that's modifying the neighbor. So we get a misplaced modifier and the meaning is skewed. Let's fix the sentence. With a baseball bat, my neighbor injured the dog that attacked him. This is correct. The prepositional phrase with a baseball bat is indeed describing neighbor. The word it's intending on describing. It's the neighbor that has the baseball bat. Let's look at another example where a modifier is describing the wrong word. Jim yelled at the howling dog wearing only his pajamas, or pajamas. Here, wearing only his pajamas is a verbal phrase. This modifier is misplaced because it is right beside the dog. Therefore, it suggests that the dog is wearing pajamas. To fix this, we have to move wearing only his pajamas closer to Jim. Wearing only his pajamas, Jim yelled at the howling dog. This is correct. The verbal phrase wearing only his pajamas is intended to describe Jim. So place it beside Jim and keep it away from the dog. Rule number 2. A modifier should be placed so that it clearly describes the word intended. A modifier is incorrectly placed if it could describe either a preceding or following word. This error results in confusion. In other words, the modifier describes 2 or more words. So we're not sure which word it describes. Let's look at an example. Reading often relaxes me. Often, in this case, is a modifier and it is misplaced. It's misplaced because this sentence, reading often relaxes me, has 2 meanings as it is written. One meaning is that reading frequently, or when I read a lot, I become relaxed. Another meaning is that most of the time, reading relaxes me. Not all the time, but most of the time. Often it does. So the reader is left confused. To fix it, let's move often in front of reading, and let's see what it means. Often, reading relaxes me. Now this sentence, the meaning is very clear. What this sentence means is that most of the time, reading relaxes me. Not all the time, but often it does. Finally, rule number 3. Modifiers such as only, nearly, and almost should be placed directly before the word or words they modify. Otherwise, the sentence may mean something different from what the writer intended. So let's look at an example. Sunday, we almost ate the whole turkey. This sounds correct, but it's actually a misplaced modifier. Here, in this sentence, it sounds like on Sunday, we planned on eating a turkey, but we didn't eat it. We almost ate it, but we didn't. The reason it means that is that the modifier almost here is describing the word that comes right before, which is ate. So we almost ate. We didn't actually eat. We came close, though. That's probably not what was intended by the writer. What was intended by the writer is that, yes, we did eat, and we ate a lot of turkey. In fact, we almost ate the whole thing. Therefore, almost, the modifier almost, has to be placed directly before the turkey, the whole turkey, which is what it's supposed to be modifying. So, Sunday, we ate almost the whole turkey is the correct way to write this sentence. And now the meaning is clear.